Sup, my name is Ray for the TheYugiohCouncil. Welcome to the Mega Monarch Combo Guide, where basically, at the end of the video, there is a link for the deck profile in an annotation with the little boxes. You'll see that at the end of the video. But, before we get to there, I know my opponent's not the best Cleforts player in the world, but the premises of the video is to show off the deck. We don't play an extra deck because you get benefits for not playing an extra deck. Let's put it that way. Alright, so what happens here, when Idea of the Heaven Knight is either normal summon or special summon, you can special summon one monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck, except the Heaven Knight. So, that's when we bring out Yugioh, the Netherworld Knight. When he's normal summon or special summon, you can activate this effect. You tribute summon one monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon. Just so you guys understand how that works. Now, this here, when it's in your hand, you can send one Monarch spell trap to the grave, and you draw 2 cards. You can banish one of these once per turn, and basically you choose 3 cards in your deck. So they have to have Monarch in name, so like Monarch Storm 4, the first Monarch. And you choose 3, you reveal them to your opponent, and what you have to do then is your opponent has to choose one and goes to your hand, and the other 2 go back to your deck shuffle. Just so you guys understand how that whole thing works. He chose the tendency of the Monarchs because as long as I have a Monarch in hand, I can search out more crap, and that's always a good thing to do. And with the original Monarch, I can basically choose 2 spells or traps that have Monarch in name in the graveyard, put them back in the deck, draw 1. So it's a little random on that aspect with this, utilizing it that way, but if this is in the graveyard, I can banish out a Monarch spell card and then go from there. Now, Idea of the Heaven Knight, there are a lot of effects here. Idea of the Heaven Knight, when it's tributed for a tribute summon, you basically can get one Monarch spell or trap that's banished in your banish zone back to your hand, which is the chain 2 you're seeing. And Thanos, I'm sorry, I'm like fucking up the word. I call him Thanos because he looks like Thanos in a way. That Marvel hype. The Fire Monarch basically lets me peek at his hand and then rip one from his hand. I chose not to rip Raigeki because I have this to search out the next card, which is this here. Now, this is what a lot of people don't understand. This card is so good. This card basically chooses some monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck, hence we don't run them. And the first of the Monarch is just basically extra tribute fodder, but that's about it. I'm not really a big fan of that card. He plays Raigeki, and that's what I was saying. Like, it's not a once per turn thing. It's permanent as long as this card's up. So it is a giant threat. You see it up, it's a giant threat. So there's what I was talking about with the return to. Now, my monster's attack is lowered because of his own card. I'm actually going to use Pandemic Monarchs here. Panditi, sorry. Panditi. Monarchs to search. Pretty much what you want to have is Return of the Monarchs, March of the Monarchs, and the True Monarch Domain, and shit gets really stupid. The field card has a few uses. So, while you have no cards in your extra deck, if you control a tribute summon monster, your opponent does not, your opponent cannot use their extra deck. So this shuts down a lot of decks immediately, and that's a big chunk of the reason why we don't use the extra deck zone. Now, furthermore, with this whole thing here, once per turn, I can reduce one monster in my hand that has 2800 attack and 1000 defense by 2 levels down to level 6. So that's definitely something fun as hell. So I actually bring out the Mega Mobius, and because I tributed a tribute summon monster, I get to destroy 3. Instead of just destroying 2, I destroy 3, and I get a search. And then I also can bring this out to bring out another one and get an additional normal summon, which I will for the Heaven Monarch. Now, Heaven Monarch, this is where things get hectic. Heaven Monarch has quite a few things going on for it. It can be tribute summoned on your opponent's turn, which is hilarious because of usage and whatnot, and you could dodge some things. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one tribute monster, and if it's tribute summon, you could send 2 Monarch spell or traps to the grave with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and special one monster with 2400 attack or more, and 1000 defense from your deck, but return to the hand during the end phase. During your opponent's main phase, if this card's in your hand, you can banish one Monarch spell or trap, and tribute summon one card after it resolves, and basically she hits the field. Now, the reason I bring up the mill effect first, basically, as you've seen, this is super useful being banished, being able to be banished, and the original Monarch gives you tribute fodder as well. So she'll also get you one, but at the end of the turn, it'll come back to your hand, which is actually extremely useful. So I'm going to let this play out real quick just so you can see that for yourself. And the Idea Knight's triggering again. And then obviously the send 1, draw 2 is basically not once per turn. Basically what I'm saying here with the Mega Monarch, when it bounces to your hand, you have one for next turn, and then basically you can just banish this guy out, and he'll summon Idea Knight. Idea Knight will fetch you another one, and you get additional normal summon. You go from there, it gets really dumb. But that's going to be GG to my opponent. So prime example of how to shut down your opponent. Now what I'm going to show you, because we went over all the effects, I'm going to show you basically how you can OTK with them, and how fast you can OTK with them. And this is against Yang Zing, mind you. But I know my opponent doesn't have the best hand in the world. Trust me, I see it with my own eyes. But the point of this video is basically to show off the OTK, how it works. So there were 2 ways of actually doing this. Netherworld Knight and the Heaven Knight. The Heaven Knight's a little more consistent to get the OTK and do massive damage. But obviously my opponent's going to stop me here. I'm just going to let this play out. So Heaven Knight's going to allow you to spam the board a little bit more. And basically that's an extremely good thing, which I actually get here. I believe what happened there, someone's gonna axe, should be one of their effects. I'm not fully sure. That myself, I'm not fully sure. I don't even remember Cody back. So he's gonna allow you to clear the board. Number 1, he's gonna allow you to do that. So make use of that. I get the well, we get the extra summon off him, just so that's clear for when that happens. And then basically once you clear out your opponent's, back row and whatnot, all you really need is this here. Once this is here, once you clear out their, back row, make use of the double summons, not the actual double summons, the knights that give you the double summon, you can use Heaven Monarch, spam the board, and just ram 28, 28, 28 game. It's going to be 8,300 points of damage. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap a like, but make sure to also check out some other videos that I put in the annotations for you. One of those is the deck profile, and one of those is a dual video for Monarchs. So if you want to get a little more keen on learning them, right there for you, and you can take that to Dev Pro and just put in your Dev Pro and play it, and you have fun with it and let me know how you do. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.